What's up, everybody? This is Mario, and I'm back with another episode of Endurify. And lately, I've been sharing a few different training programs for you and for somebody who's interested in training for an Ironman. So if you've ever had the thought of, oh, I would love to train for an Ironman someday, but I'm not sure how to get started, or I'm not sure how much time it's really going to take, or maybe you're aware of how much time it's going to take, but I don't even know what a given week is going to look like. What am I going to start like? What is it going to be like once I'm close to my race? If you've ever had those questions, then these past couple of podcast episodes, when I've been talking about the 3 types of training plans, will be helpful for you. So just to recap, so far we've been talking about the 3 different types of training plans. And the first is the competitive program from the Be Iron Fit training program. And the competitive program is the one that I use to train for my full Ironman. I did that because I had a lot of time. I was really going for it, and I wanted to leverage some of the time management techniques that I've learned from this book. Then that's on one side of the spectrum. Then on the opposite side of the spectrum is the Just Finish program, and that's for somebody who doesn't necessarily have a lot of time. You're super busy, you've got a lot going on, but you'd still like to train for and complete an Ironman, but you're not looking to, have a certain time. You're not looking to get on the podium. You're not looking to do any of those things. You just want to get the training in, complete the race, and do so in a safe way. And that's on the opposite side of the spectrum. But what if you're somewhere in between? What if you still want to, train for an Ironman? You have a little bit more time and you want to do better than just finish. What do you do in that scenario? Well, that is what we're going to talk about. This is the 3rd type of training program from Be Iron Fit. And it's the 3rd type of training program that I typically think through or have in the back of my head as I'm creating a personalized training plan for individuals. So this is called the intermediate program. And from Be Iron Think, this is where, or Be Iron Fit, this is where Don Fink talks about, what if the competitive program sounds like too much, but you feel like you can squeeze out a little more training time than is required for the Just Finish program? What if you don't dream of making it to the awards podium, but you would like to do more than finish? That is where the intermediate program comes into play. And the intermediate training program requires an average of about 10 and a half training hours per week over the course of the entire 30 weeks. So to give you an idea, the competitive training program is 12 hours, an average of 12 hours per week, and the Just Finish is 7 hours per week. So you can see that the 10 and a half is definitely in between the 7 and 12. And that is the weekly average, but the peak, the hardest week or the longest week of the intermediate program requires a maximum of 15 hours per week. And you can compare that to the competitive program, which required a peak of about 20 hours per week. And the longest workout in the Just Finish program, or the longest week, is just 10 hours per week. So 15 hours is exactly between, the 10 and the 20. So this is why it's called the intermediate program. Again, and it might be something that you're interested in. And just like I did before, I think it would be helpful to walk through what does that first week look like on an intermediate training program. And that's what I want to walk through next. And then I want to go through what does the longest, hardest week look like in an intermediate training program. So let's go through that. In week 1 of the intermediate training program, it all starts on Monday, and that is a rest day. Tuesday, there's a swim for about 30 to 45 minutes. Then in the afternoon, there's also a run of 30 minutes in zone 2. Then on Wednesday, there's a brick workout. It's a 30 minutes in zone 2 on the bike, and then 15 minutes in zone 2 on the run. So a total of 45 minutes. Then on Thursday, another 30 to 45 minute swim, and then also a 30-minute bike in zone 1. Then Friday is a 30-minute run in zone 2. Saturday is a 1 hour bike in zone 2. Then Sunday is a 45-minute run from zone 1 to zone 2. So if you're adding up the total weekly volume there, it's really not too bad. And you've got about an hour or an hour and a half of swimming. You've got about 2 hours of biking. And then you've got about 2 hours of running. And that's a pretty manageable week, just using the different time-saving techniques that we have. Now, if that feels a little bit more doable, you think about building up from there week after week. What does the hardest week of the intermediate training program look like? Let's take a look at that. So on Monday, that's a rest day. Tuesday, that's a 45-minute swim, and then a 1 hour run in the afternoon at zone 2. And at 10 minutes, you're going to want to insert 10 by 3 minute zone 4. So you want to do 10 different intervals of 3 minutes of zone 4, and then you're going to want to do a 1 minute jog after that. Then on Wednesday, you have a brick workout, 45 minutes on the bike in zone 2, and then 15 minutes at zone 2 on the run after that for a total of an hour. Then on Thursday, another 45-minute swim, then a 1 hour bike at zone 2. Then on Friday, another swim, 45-minute swim, and then a 1 hour zone 2 run. And at 40 minutes, you're going to want to insert 12 minutes of zone 4. And then on Saturday, this is your big, hard, long day. And that's a 5 hour bike ride at zone 2. And at 4 hours and 40 minutes, you want to insert 5 minutes of zone 4. So that's when you want to go as hard as you can. And then on Sunday, you have a 3 hour run. That's from zone 1 to zone 2. So adding up the total number of hours, that's 15 total hours. And it's about 3 hours of swimming, 6 hours and 45 minutes on the bike, with that 5 hour bike ride on Saturday, and then 5 hours and 15 minutes of the run with your long run of about 3 hours on Sunday. So hopefully that gives you a feeling, or it gives you a sense of what does it look like to train for a full Ironman using an intermediate training program. Again, this isn't like the most competitive, but this also isn't the kind of the bare minimum of just finishing. This is somewhere in between that. And you can adjust this and adapt it to your needs. And that's where kind of a coach comes in, because, you're likely, after hearing what this week 1 looks like, or what week 26 or 27 looks like, you probably have questions of what is it going to look like in between? How do I make sure I have the right gear? How do I, what do I need to do for my nutrition? All of those types of questions are the questions that a coach like myself could ask. And so that's where, if this is something that you're interested in and something that, you want to go after, that's something that I want to help you do. And, the next step would be for you to reach out and email me at mario@endurify.co. Let me know you're interested in coaching, and then we'll get on a call. I'll understand kind of your needs, your strengths, your weaknesses, your baselines, and we'll adapt a personalized training plan just for you. So that's kind of where I want to leave it for today. And just, the goal with this episode was just to share a little bit more about what an intermediate training program looks like, and then that direct call to action to reach out to me at mario@endurify.co if you're interested in more training. So that's what I have for you all today. I hope that served you, and I hope you all have an amazing day.